In the cabin voice of the sentence. The chief sounded from the loudspeaker. Miss Sandra, hello passengers. On flight PR 2063 I am the boss. Chief Richard is 21 now. The flight will fly from Sydney to France. Within 13 hours 20 minutes. Hope you guests will have a comfortable flight and happy. Thank you. Right now at the department. Sitting in the merchant's house there was a girl who had settled down. Seat hand holding earphone. Phew Theo. The bird is about to take a long nap. How many tired days that girl. Susan is 28 years old. Just graduated with a PhD. Psychology at New York University. In Sydney after she had just finished her degree. Career in the hands of her father, the man who caused her mother to commit suicide, suddenly mentioned. This daughter I haven't seen for 20 years. He wanted her to go back to France and leave him. Grandma Susan initially refused. I refused. But my grandmother spoke up to advise me. You hurt Nancy. He is my father after all. Listen to him, Dad. What about 20 years? He doesn't care about me. Tu Duong now wants me to come back. Now I see you can go to work to earn money. Money, so want to pull the child back to work as a buffalo. Be his horse. Susan? Man told Nancy to be careful. Foreigner not that year, he said. Can I live with two people? Now want me to go back to France. Nancy, you're all grown up. Don't treat children like that. So no matter what, Win is still a family member. My family this time is like going home to visit. Family go, I don't need those people. Is my family. My last name is Fa. Not them, Susan said angrily. Besides, if it wasn't him that year. If I have an affair. My mother will die. Isn't that enough? There Susan, grandpa cannot help. I yelled at her not knowing that she hated me. That family he too, but that is Dad. I just try for a while. No grandchild come at the right time. Grandparents. Susan is planning to take her back to Australia. Not satisfied, but in the end she also had to agree because she saw her grandparents. My grandmother is my only relative. Don't want to make them sad like that. After a mental struggle, she decided. Book 10 Christopher Street flight baggage. Sydney, where Miss Christopher returned to Hanoi. The place only brought her loss. Thinking about going back to Lyon. I don't know why my heart remembers. Someone she should never be with. Forever forget the right after the road is taken. You should feel relieved. But strangely from the bottom of my heart. She still cannot hide the feeling of loss. The captain's voice was broken again. Rang out to wake up the guests. Say, hello passengers now. 10:20 we have landed at France Airport. Thank you for choosing the airline. France Airlines, hello. Have a nice day. I am the boss. Chief Richard at the airport, floating in the stream. Crowded with people, there is a girl dressed quite elegant, bright slim MT hair. Long black dress loosely worn down to the waist. Thin strawberry red lips smile slightly too. Small dimples make it stand out even more. Soft white skin, black glasses. Cover beautiful eyes. Finger. Long and leisurely pulling suitcase step by step. Step on high heels. There is a black car parked outside the lobby. Susan pulled down her glasses in front of her. Saw a middle-aged man holding the pickup board. I quickly went there. Miss, are you tired from the long journey? Sir? He recognized her at first sight before she knew it. Nancy looked up to greet him. The man in front of him was full of questions. He looked at her and smiled gently. She forgot me. Why is this Mr. Trung? I used to wait for him. Do you go to school with your boss? Sorry, sir. It's been so long that I didn't recognize you. Susan smiled shyly at this moment. She remember this is the driver before. Often wait for her and her mother to go shopping and playground, so the attitude is also harmonious. More elegant. Are you still well? Yes, I am still well. Okay, give me your luggage so I can put it in. Trunk for. Uncle Trung always shows enthusiasm and humility. Nancy is neither salty nor bland. Just smiles. A polite one because she doesn't know. How should I respond to enthusiasm? My uncle's love while sitting in the car from the airport. Go home. If it were someone else they would probably be very happy to return to new homeland. Yes, but not with Susan. The more I look at Christopher this street in my heart. She was more and more upset and aching somewhere. Have a little bit of hatred for cruel reality. It took her just over 13 minutes to get to France. Hours flying, but after more than 20 years. She cannot let go of the past. Heartache even do not want for life. Set foot in this place again. Even at this moment in her heart still. Filled with hatred this time if not uprooted. If you get that thorn, you won't be able to. Be quiet. Susan's market cart drove into the gate. She saw a fountain running further. A little while later she reached the main door and stepped down. The car following behind is carried by Mr. Trung. Luggage in Aunt Ashley house heard. The car drove into the yard and immediately ran out to welcome it. Miss, you come back, we miss you. She has been the owner of this house for a long time. Besides her mother, Aunt Ashley is the one. The one who loves you the most is also the one who is often. Take care of her whenever she is sick, so. With Mrs. Susan always have respect. Best. Aunt Ashley, long time no see. Still. How are you? I am very healthy. 20 years I still. It seems like just yesterday. I didn't expect it. Miss. Now this big if the boss. If he is alive, he will surely come here. Auntie. Ashley could not help but choke and secretly put her hand up. Wipe away your tears. My mother will be happier if you don't mention her name here. Yes, yes. I know. I'll take you to the room. Aunt Kay will help you carry your luggage. But hey, CH was quicker to grab it. Followed Aunt Ashley upstairs suddenly in heart. Feel funny go her family ever came. I can tell which way to go with my eyes closed. Now I have to ask someone else to lead the way. Aunt Ashley opened the door of a room and told her. Miss, this is your room, Susan said softly. Nodded and walked into a room to observe. This room has a balcony facing out. The card game is also simple and looks quite similar. Her style when she was in Australia, boss. If you don't like it, just leave it alone. Said we would help her redecorate. No need, I want to rest only. Can go out. Then Aunt Ashley also understood that she wanted to stay alone. Should I go out before? Forget to add more, miss, if you are hungry. Or if you want to eat anything just tell me. Yes. The person left. Then Susan ordered the onion. Lee got on the bed, slowly opened and took a few. Photo frame placed on the small table next to bed. Silent caress long time, then up. Mom, I don't like this place at all. After the long flight Susan was quite tired. So I got into bed as soon as I changed my clothes. Lie down and sleep during the day. Don't know how long it will be. She was awakened by a knock on the door. Startled awake. Looking out the window. When did the sun set? New pale yellow sunlight through the window. The light in her room has also been replaced by darkness falls. Aunt Ashley calls in. The boss and his wife are waiting for you for dinner. Get ready and come downstairs. Ha. Nancy raised her hand to her face and took a deep breath. Long patted his cheeks a few times. Sober up, just get up, go open door, eyes closed. Eyes open and tell her I feel no hungry, cannot eat, no boss sir. Her grandparents are here too, they are waiting inside. Down, or you just wash your face and then come down to eat. After eating, he went back to sleep. Ba tried his best to sleep. Knowing so, Susan could only nod. Let's go into the bathroom and change clothes. Simple stuff, then go down to the dining room in the room. Eat. Susan saw her grandparents, Dad and the woman sitting next to Dad is the stepmother. There are also two people, one male and one female, sitting with his back to her. Funny. Really, after so many years not seeing each other like that. Still cannot forget, just every time. Just seeing that back is enough. Recognize people. That after such a long time in. Her heart still hasn't changed. Hate this man who abandoned her. To the point of not wanting to see each other again. But in the end, life is still vibrating because of his heart. Forever always towards a person without. Susan's mind kept standing in the dining room for a while. When still cannot calm down. Aunt Ashley saw that she was not sitting down. Dining table, then quickly pulled the chair to remind the lady to sit down here. Made Susan suddenly become Christopher's heart. The point of attention everyone looks up to. The grandmother was the one who spoke first. Waved her back. Susan went to sit with. She looked at everyone's attitude. I don't know what to say, so I have to say no. Forced a wry smile without saying anything. What, just silently follow me, what's wrong? Are you tired from the long journey? Why are you not happy? Because I slept. Not enough sleep, so still a bit tired. Okay, then I'll eat and then go to sleep. Hi Susan, this is my Aunt Karen Hart. What do you remember? We will live together later. What can a child call Karen Tam? Before her cheerful look, Nancy only coldly said one word, hello. After listening, his face looked a bit pale, but very quickly smiled again. Hand on the girl sitting next to her. Let me introduce, this is your sister Jessica. When we were kids, we met. After saying that, she continued to point to the remaining person. And this is my adopted son Christopher. Anything less than 2 years old. Is the younger brother of Miss Sandra's son. Smiling. Hello Christopher, also spoke up sister. Nancy, I'm Jessica. Hello sister. Looked at Christopher and saw his eyes were similar. Like she wanted to say something but she didn't care. Mind should only look for 1 second then turn. Go slightly curled lips, not answer but just nod as a response to grandma's greeting. Put a piece of braised pork in her bowl. Smile gently, said okay everyone eat. Rice go to grandma everywhere, this dish is dad. I especially told Aunt Karen to cook for me. Go ahead and try a bite to see if it's good. No, yes that's right, lead doesn't know the password. How does it taste? Try it and see, Mrs. Karen Tam. Also supporting is Nancy Ha Sam. Immediately flatly refused. I don't like this kind of bland food. Do you like something a little spicy? Look at this dish. Sorry, he is not familiar with it. Why is that? When I was little I loved to eat. But that grandma was when she was little now. Grown-up hobbies of course will also change, but I only like to eat spicy food, grandma. Karen is a little embarrassed now. What to do? The nurse looked at Susan with understanding. Feel her stubbornness even though she said that nothing worked, so had to calm down. Sweet voice said to her only, how'd I call someone to bring chili for you? Hey, when it comes to chili, Mrs. Karen is very thoughtful. Said, but my family does not eat spicy food. Mother, so in this house also not have chili. You are really a small person. Susan just came back from work without any luck. Before cooking rice she did not know how to open her mouth. Thanks. Ashley asked what the baby liked to eat. Mr. Mark has been silent all this time, seeing the situation. Tension should speak up to reconcile mother. Karen Tam also tried but mom didn't. Can't blame her, it's inedible. For these dishes, just ask Aunt Ashley to make them. What's the difference? Why are you making such a big deal out of it? Mom? You say it well, but I just said you. One sentence. Chu County dare not scold her. But you have to be all excited. Eat rice, Susan, you try this dish. Karen face cooking cannot be. Grandpa put some chili peppers in her bowl. The meat fence bell that Susan saw. Then smiled faintly. Oh my God, what are you doing? She can't eat bell peppers. No or what, but still give it to her grandma. Immediately used chopsticks to pick up the bell pepper. From her bowl grumbled. I looked at the confused smile on his face. Susan's face grew darker and darker. Then Christopher laughed at Jessica. Found it strange, could not help but curious, so asked. Sister Nancy, what's so fun? Yes, very fun. Everyone heard that and stopped. My eating habits are ruining my eyes. Mr. Mark frowned and asked, staring at her, what is there to make me happy about this? So Susan is in no hurry to answer, just picked up the glass of water on the table and took a sip. When put down, then leisurely answer. Look at the fake faces of the workers. I find funny, Susan. What is the dog talking about? There are adults here. In the house, do not be messy. So Susan put down her chopsticks and sat down calmly. Wash on chair, legs crossed, arms sweep. Look around at them. Push interest, grandma, she did that because want to atone? I said it myself. She was so enthusiastic with her grandchildren, but speak harshly to her and make me feel not familiar, not like her at all. Even if it's too much, just let it be. Act normal. The two of them are still a mother-in-law couple. She is deeply in harmony or not yet over him. Grandma, Joe can't eat bell peppers. Passed it on to him when I was little and loved it. This, but why now? Confused. Having said this, she raised her head and saw everything. Dozens of angry, surprised eyes were looking. I am like that, but she knows what fear is after. Looked at Mrs. Karen Tam again and said, what about you? Stop being fake, you know everything. What are the dishes on the table? Ashley. Cook, so why do you keep calling yourself human? Go to the kitchen and rob other people. What is your hobby, Karen Tam? Actually this. She stuttered, not knowing what to say. Like how Jessica saw her mother being scolded. Then immediately get angry. This sister Nancy, you don't have the right to talk to my mother like that, she said. Come here. Nancy's face suddenly cold to the bone. People here have to use themselves in. Do I have the right to this house? It's a turn for someone like you to stick your nose in. My mother has only one child. It's me. My mother won't give me a child. Any girl. Please consider it a form of address. I am Vice Susan. What do you say, Vice Ha? Nancy. Mr. Mark looked up at her suspiciously. Or yes, I changed to Vice. Vice Susan, are you okay? Before her father could say anything, Jessica was already there. You can butt in and interrupt me. But I, also the son of your sister's father. The coldness from earlier immediately disappeared. Into it is ridicule and sarcasm. Her. Like sister, but I don't accept. Mr. Mark finally couldn't stand it anymore. Suddenly banged the table. I've looked at you enough. You can go home. If you don't like the food, I'll tell my aunt. Ashley, make something else for me later. Is it better to make people unhappy? It was not clear from the beginning that I had. How many people do you want to sit and eat with? Who forced me? I just sit here and swallow. Not delicious, but before going to the room, I want to ask Dad a question. Why? Forced me back here. What do you want? My company recently paired a doctor. Dad wants you to come back for psychological counseling. Employees for the economic viability of the company. I want to invite a psychologist. Work, even find better people. I am also fully capable. Looking for a job, right? Come back to work. What's up? Not good, but salary is higher than working outside. Besides, Mrs. Karen Tam, although not like but still follow husband to advise. Yes. I just think working in a family business is still good. More than that. That's funny. Since when did this work happen? That book company hires all kinds of people. Need to see a psychiatrist. So said. Nancy did not care. Their faces are so ugly. Who laughed contemptuously, stood up and left the room. Rode to bed to continue sleeping the next morning. Nancy gets up quite early due to jet lag. The first thing she did after waking up was to turn on the electricity. Call your grandmother. Until the other end of the line rang. Pick up the phone. Her voice rang out on the phone. Grandma's niece woke up early. Why are you home? How is it over there? Are you used to the food? No, everything is fine, Grandma. I am fine. I miss you so much. Grandma, do you miss me? No. Susan went down to the kitchen single-handed. Hold the phone in one hand with the other hand. Make yourself a cup of warm milk, my niece. Of course you must remember. My dear. Same, Grandma. When can I see you? Here Susan is drinking milk and lowering her voice. Do crotch. Yes. I will not say this in advance. Okay, but whenever you miss her too much, just do it. Call me on video like that. Like meeting in person, Grandma. Want to sleep with Mrs. County. Nancy, please try harder. Grandma. I love hearing Grandma's voice. Laughing on the other side, also unconsciously laugh along. After drinking milk, she went back to her room. Talking, so did not notice someone was. Follow me later seemed to feel. Susan felt like someone was looking at her. Just turned around and saw her eyes. The tall figure is none other than that. Is you. Christopher. Grandma, I have something to tell you. Bye-bye, Grandma. The lady on the other side turned off the engine and tried to come closer. Dear Christopher, although I see you actively looking for. Susan felt a little happy inside. Fun, but to trap this big fish she still have to pretend cold. I didn't expect to see you here. Ex-lover. She deliberately emphasized 3 words. Ex, but want to remind me, and someone slowly moved to the real. Near Mr. Christopher. The smile on his face was clearly visible. On her face he looked coldly. I also did not think I would meet you here. Susan gave a beautiful smile. Lan smiled from the corner of her mouth to the end of her eyes. Coldly turned away. Mr. Mark's room thought that she was on her own. Changing the name is already too much, but not too much. I wonder if she even changed her nationality. He threw the office face down in frustration. Documents on the table. High eyebrows. Have children. With the shit. I'm so mad, Christopher. Standing in front of him is the person sitting on the sofa playing video games. Over there is Susan. Susan poured out her cup. Since when? Why didn't you ask your father? Susan decided now. Looked up at him with eyes full of amused smile. Lift up, smile faintly. Then pretend to raise your hand and rub your forehead. I forgot to tell my dad about this. Then the smile on the corner of her lips grew. Further, Mr. Mark squinted at her. Ask her what she wants to do. I don't want to do nothing, just want to go back to my sister and lie down. Dream on. He glared at her, then turned away. Christopher said. Christopher later. Help Dad do some paperwork with both. Take advantage of helping Susan prepare the documents. Go to work. Yes. Susan heard and said nothing. Turn off the phone and leave the study. But just went out and heard the door closing. The door startled back, then saw the precious Christopher was standing right behind her with a look on his face. He looked at her coldly and calmly. Like two strangers, so no feelings. The following year, all it took was 2 words. Christopher. The person claiming to be not even related. Between the two of them now is worse than ever. Stranger. Suddenly she felt very sad. Funny, meet ex-lover now. In your own home with your body. Being her brother made her feel alone. What a pitiful body. His voice was low. Saw said he didn't want to go back, he didn't want to. She replied and quickly turned away. Room. But when Susan entered the room, then a hand came out of nowhere. Now grab her wrist, pull her back. That also quickly slipped in and closed. Door. Take the temperature of your palm. Christopher moved to her skin, making both. Her aunt was hot and bothered by Nancy stared at her wrist, then looked up at him, trying to calm down. Lips. Say something. Do I am sister your girl, or should I go home? Where you go has nothing to do with you. Sister. No. That's what you said that year. And then die, will never come back. Water again. Why now suddenly appear here? I broke up with you. Just pretend we don't know each other. Nancy pulled her hand away, but Christopher still held on. Holding so tight it hurt her to the point of unconsciousness. It seems like the blood vessels in the wrist are blocked. Always so. This time she came back here for a part. Is because of grandparents left behind for succession. Revenge plan, so don't want to get involved. No need to bother standing. This explains why she said take your hand off. Suddenly burst into my room talking. Grabbing hands and holding hands. Feet without fear of people in the house seeing. Why, I ask you, why come back to Link? What does it have to do with you? Why haven't we seen each other for so long? Want to eat old food again from that year. You kicked me, sad enough, see you there. I'm so sick of this that I don't want to look. Face, so also not stupid to stick. The second time Susan left alone. PRG. Maybe he also realizes he is a bit losing control, hurt her, so then discuss. Hand also gradually with heart but still holding. Grabbed her wrist and wouldn't let go. Looking at Miss Christopher's attitude, she curled her lips. Said in a very invasive way, he thought my father. Do you know our relationship? Probably not. Susan suddenly became light. Smiling mouth close to ear, touching chest. He used an open tone to ask V what he thought. Stars about incestuous relationship. Face of. He suddenly became very dark. Serious blue veins on forehead twitching. When I wanted to say something, she looked at the man. Before the smile disappeared from the face. Voice also cold a bit. That year to a sentence explanation. He also. Don't even talk to me, just want to share. I swore that if we ever met again, I will definitely play you to death, so. I want to ask how you feel after 3 years. How'd I like Christopher looking at girl. In front of more and more, know how to charm. Shake the other person gently, shake head, push her hand away. Stupid. Why did you leave? 6 words and then turn around and leave. Go. Susan looked at that broad shoulder again. She smiled faintly, wanting to see how stubborn he was. How long until nightfall? The housekeeper is preparing the crispy. Susan came down from upstairs. Owner, are you hungry? I cooked some dishes today. Spicy for you. I don't want to eat me. I have to go out for a while. Aunt Ashley. Can I use the car in the garage? I don't know, miss. Let me ask you. Christopher help me, I wonder too. Where is he? Susan look. Aunt Ashley looked around. The wall clock showed it was almost time. After work. Christopher is at the company. I will be home in 10 minutes. Please wait a moment. Going was so boring that they left Nancy. Call to play some games of Lean Quan waiting. Dear Christopher, is Christopher back? Yes. Why are you here? Because the owner is waiting. You've been home for a while. I'll go see if you're home yet. Aunt Ashley said, pointing at Ha. Nancy is engrossed in playing games in the living room. Well, I have something to say, Christopher. Rang out behind Susan as she sat there looking up. Look up at him and smile. I miss you so much because I haven't seen you all day. I'm waiting for you to come home and have dinner together. Do you hear me? Snorted coldly and glared at her in the house. Many people talk properly. Go. She retracted her previous appearance and held out her hand. Come out in front of him and say okay, no more jokes. I borrowed a car. Christopher was puzzled. Where did you get your driver's license from? He said. What about this? Susan took the dashboard. International show me voice still not. Forget to mock accidentally picked up Precious. Christopher took her driver's license and looked it over. Then returned her complicated gaze. Car in garage. You can use anyone you want. Thanks. Susan stood up and took out her bag. I reached the door and heard his voice calling. It's dinner time. Don't stay home to eat dinner. What the hell, I didn't think you would. I'm really waiting for you. But what can I do? We have to eat rice. Looking at their faces, I can't swallow. Not available. She looked towards the stairs and saw. 2 people were going down, then turned around. The person walked straight out of the house without looking back. Head back here. Susan feels lucky. Because when she was in Sydney she used to know some people. French friend is also an international student. After finishing school, come back home obediently. Water successor adult in the house today. Now that she had the chance, she asked them out. Play 1. Ferrari F8 driving trip. Red speeder rushes like wind on the road just now. She just saw the color. This car has been selected. No matter what car it is, stop. Car in front of arena bar. Susan gaze. Look around, then move forward. The group of people she was looking for was Tiu Lan. Susan Ba. I met Mr. Ha here. Inside. Unexpectedly. Went to the VIP table. See the guys dancing. On stage. Susan smiled faintly and said, you guys know where to hang out. Huh? Vu Lin took a sip of wine and said, of course, first time you come to Lyon. Let you know the best party here is. How is it? Min Nyat asked curiously. This is not what you told us before. This is not going to France nor stay. Lyon or what? Why change your mind now? Reluctantly. It comes again. Please don't mention it again, she said absent-mindedly. This wine glass has no alcohol. What word can describe the taste? It's like the heart of man, so no word can fully describe. How long have you been here? Tell me in advance. We know even though you're going out. That's it. I don't know yet. But time. Hey, I'm pretty free. You guys want to play because. No matter what. Christopher problem. Little Lan volunteered to suggest. So how many more days? Go to Japan recently. I am also bored but nothing to do here. Min Nyat raised his thumb to show approval. Okay, then the plane tickets are for you guys. Okay, I'll take care of the rest. You're the owner of the chain. Hotels in Japan are different. Let's talk. Much lighter than us. Stop, you are no different from me, my daughter. Owner of an airline. But Susan. Smile faintly. Look at your friends. Exclaim. Tisk tisk. No, my friend is rich. Like that. What if you accidentally move money and then we are ready to spend for you? Susan heard that and immediately burst out laughing. So when will we go to Japan, guys? I'll eat and play there. Okay, Christopher? The problem, I will not let you stay in Japan. The girl who paid the price burst out laughing. Teasing is best like this time. What are you doing back home? Dad? 20 years. Not met. Suddenly thought of me. I was forced. But cannot not return. Nancy drink up. Glass of wine in hand. So now you had to live with stepmother and half-brother. Different mother. Why not only that they also accept an adopted child of the country of GI has a biological child. Do not raise, go adopt a child. Your dad is really problematic. Then don't talk about it anymore. It makes me unhappy. Suddenly thinking of something, she added another word. Miss Dew said to me that adopted child. Very interested. Who is it? Do you know it? Rather, who do we know? Min Nyat frowned, thinking when. If you can guess. Tell me, Susan. Pick up a piece of apple and put it in your mouth to chew. Drop the subject. Yeah, let's talk about something else. Tell the story. Since we came back home we have been full. no matter how, was listened to attentively by Susan. My friend complained about them. How to work for family business. How others look down on them. Have a family background, but how many people work there? They are like famous young masters. But no regular peace. How often do they work? Sitting in the bath. Moved until late at night. 4 people parted. Each other left when landing just arrived at the villa. It's 2 a.m. I'm hungover. Should walk quite unsteadily. Finally got up the stairs to go home. Room. Sleep the next morning when Susan woke up. Woke up at 11 a.m. with a headache. She was both uncomfortable and a little thirsty, so she hurried. Lift the blanket, stand up, go down to the kitchen. Wanted to pour myself a glass of water when I saw my aunt. Ashley brought something to the owner. This is tea. Honey has a long-lasting effect. Wine is welcome. A sip of water is not forgotten. Thank you. You don't need to thank me. Where is this? This is Christopher. He told me to make it for you. She pulled her to sit down at the table. In front of her was a sumptuous breakfast. She ate. Good morning. Susan is a little confused. Why? Christopher asked Rick Ashley to give him the answer. Wine for myself, but this confusion lingers in her mind for a moment, then disappeared. The next 2 days as scheduled. Susan packed her bags and went to Japan with her friends again. Just got downstairs and was stopped by Grandma. Susan here, she said, this is slow. Went to Grandma, gave her a colored card. Susan saw that and asked in confusion. What is this? Dad is going on a trip. Right? Then it can't be. No. Bring money, just keep it when you want to spend it. Whatever. Susan just smiled but didn't take Miss Sandra from upstairs and come down to listen. So that's right, Nancy. Except its sister go to Japan, but the price is there. It's very expensive. My grandparents are afraid you won't have enough money, so give the card to her. Arabic rang out. She said right to the card. Hey, I'm receiving it. Thanks. Susan took the card from her grandmother's hand. Go straight out the door without looking back. Not saying goodbye to anyone. She went to Japan for 2 weeks. The money she spent on the card exceeded her limit. Not only that, she also bought a pile of stuff for me to carry around. Aunt Ashley was cleaning the house and saw that. Then quickly called a few more people to flow. Carry the luggage for me. Miss, are you home from playing? The owner is eating. Are you hungry? Let me. I'm ready to eat. I'm home. Come sit down and eat with the family. Always go. Grandma waved to Miss Susan. Give all the things to Aunt Ashley. Go back to the dining table. Sit down. Take out the rice and give it back to me. Had fun, thank you, no need to pay. Where is the card for me? Just take it. I'll give it to you. I'm done. Her father is eating. Seeing that. Then stop the movement. Mother, give the card to child. When was the baby before she came? Japan needs money to spend anyway. Mrs. Lantam's face was a bit uncomfortable and she interrupted. Come on, Mom. Later if you want to give the baby. If you need money, just tell Mark. For he is also its father and knows. Next time Mom will say. Susan just smile. Said nothing. Susan just now she saw. The pawnbroker has a lot of American stuff. No problem, I bought some. That miscellaneous gift that she asked with interest. What is the gift? Can you tell me? Jeong Nyat went shopping for some handicrafts. It's so beautiful that I bought some to make. Anniversary wind chimes decorations in. A chess set made of ebony. Grandmother laughing. Squinting eyes asked tactfully who intended to give it to. You know all those people. Thinking about something, just slightly raised lips, smile faintly. Indifferently replied, I bought it to save for a chance. Give grandparents. When hearing her say this, everyone both stopped their initial actions. When Susan went shopping for gifts, she also found herself quite childish to buy gifts only for grandparents. But thinking back, she felt, I don't necessarily have to buy gifts. For others, especially children. The people in this house are still idiots. Copper does not accept to speak up. Jessica said in an annoyed voice. Nancy. She used her grandmother's money to float but bought it. Gifts for other people in my family. Buy for no one, at least have to buy. Gift for grandma, but you do like that. Okay, do you know? So she told me to get the card, but I did. Like that. I am listening to you. I did not ask for money. Since when buy gifts for my grandparents? Through the mouth of Miss Di. Christopher bought for people. Different but more or less not. Think of grandparents, but she told me to. Think for a moment why Susan stood up and looked around a room, half smile. Susan, you're all grown up. Behave yourself. Allow Mr. Mark to speak up. I hate the family. This family is family no matter what. Everyone here is human. My body is still there if you don't need it. Don't accept it in the first place. Don't use it. Money in Dad's pocket. Hear him say amount. The number on the card is up to 9 digits. Then Susan was silent for a few seconds. Suddenly burst out laughing. Christopher said so? All this time you've been beating around the bush. You mean you want money? She took another card out of her pocket. Throw on the table. Extremely hard tone. The amount in this card is considered mine. Make up for the money I spent in the long run. Kia card still has my grandparents. No riches but a trip. Even if it's billions, they never play. Take that as an excuse to make things difficult for me. Some people look at me and see how rich I am. Stingy with the one you guys always claim to be family. That's the first time. This heart seems to have the expected results. Guess said. Finished. Susan went upstairs empty. Never turned back, but still not in the room. Miss Sandra called Susan back. Stop. She pretended not to hear anything and opened the door. The door opened, but Christopher was faster. Put your hand in front of the door to block Ha. Nancy angrily shouted. What do you want? Follow me. Come down here. I'm not free. If you are not happy, shut your mouth. Say anything else that makes me angry. Add photo standing in front of her face clearly revealed. Dissatisfied but patient. Advise the ghost to go downstairs and apologize to everyone. I did not do anything. Nothing wrong. Grandparents take care of you parents. Also then you do not respect them then. Also should not speak harshly like that. So Christopher grabbed her wrist and pulled her out. Out, but only took 2 steps. Susan used all her strength to push his hand away. Mom. How dare you do that to me, Mom? Let go of Susan suddenly. Dear Christopher, your face is serious. It's very gloomy now, but before summer. Nancy never got scared of anyone. She rubbed her neck. Tien approached and raised his hand to pat his cheek. He gave me a cold smile. Down there. Why are you dreaming still there? This is your sister. Next time. Talk right. With that, she pushed Christopher out, then slammed the door shut as if to intimidate. He jumped on the bed, hugging the picture of mother in arms. Tears she could not hold back. But Fall La Cha, mother and child will not forget them. How to treat mother all my life. Never forget. I will read all again. When they pay the price, mother, rest assured. Susan remembers from when she was little. Don't know much about my dad. All the time she is with her mother. Before, even though mom and dad rarely saw each other, the relationship between the two people is always very good. I don't know when she discovered it. Pretend to be happy and smile when seeing dad. No more on mother's face. Instead of arguments. Endless advice. Grandmother's reason. Grandmother brought a cup of tea. Aunt Ashley Vu poured it out and took a slow sip. Tell your mother where you live. Foreigner. So thinking is somewhat relaxed. Roof. But as a wife and mother you should know. Take care of husband and children. Just neglect like that. Is not a good wife, right? No. Yes I know, mom. Mom, sit down. Straighten up. Put both hands on the right knee. Bowed down, not daring to look up at grandma. Seeing that, I have no intention of continuing. Teach your child anything but just that Mark is there. Besides doing that like that, it still is my husband. I am not your wife. Can be gloomy with it all day. Make him bored, not want to go home like that. Great man always has women by his side. Outside is normal, the it. Just go out and play, baby. Why stress about it? But Susan was just a 6-year-old girl then. 7 years old, so can't remember everything. But she clearly remembered that her mother was silent at that time. Tears. She only dared to cry silently when heard some dead lead words from grandmother until now. Later, when the smile on mother's lips, the gentle smile she remembered, was gone. Forever because of that time disappear. Happy times with mom before and now. Instead, it was a different feeling looking at her mother. Single to the family god that she always obsessed with, her only relative when last in France at age 8. She understood the feeling in this world. I have nothing left. Even if my mother dies, I still have my grandmother. Has dad and grandpa too. Nancy is good grandchild. Look at that thing later, that thing will be Mom. Not only that but also my sister. This time Dad will also come back to live with us. We are not very good. Why did Grandma say those ridiculous things? Right at her mother's funeral that year, huh? Nancy was only 8 years old and she had to listen. Such disgusting words from Grandma. Don't see any heartache in their eyes, and from there, she decided not to need family. This also absolutely does not admit the child. My sister is only 3 years younger than me. Ha. Nancy slowly opened her eyes and looked out the door. The new book discovered the sun was high in the sky. Last night she hugged her mother's picture. But one night of sleep she woke up as usual. Usually go downstairs to eat breakfast and appear normal. Act like nothing happened. Everything that happened last night was just virtual. Miss, are you awake? Come sit here. Go, let me bring you breakfast. Aunt Ashley carefully pulled out the chair for her. Go back to the kitchen and bring out some breakfast. Western style with 2 balls. Fried egg and some fried sausage. Crispy 2 slices of sandwich bread and meat. Susan picked up her coffee cup. Drink while surfing, watch movies and news on phone. Phone completely ignoring any who sees the people sitting here as. The atmosphere is a bit awkward. So Mr. Mark took the initiative to move with her. Before he said, Susan, I'm going back to the country too. It's been a while tonight. Must go to the company to help Dad and Christopher. The papers are all ready. I have them. Can go to work today, I don't see. Is the child eating? Wait for her to finish eating and then talk. No. Grandma, please scoop a bowl for me. Porridge to come before know how many years. No, I'm used to eating these dishes, but eat. That's not good, or you eat. Add flute if you want me to go to work. But Dad must meet these conditions. Mine if not. Then no discussion. The first thing I do is drive to get around. That red Ferrari is the second one I pointed out. Work 8 hours a day outside of office hours. Maine do not accept overtime work on Tuesday. Is about the basic salary scale. Salary 1 year in Australia is around 90.000 AUD currency. Marcus about 57,867 USD, which means with each month the company approves Mark must pay me at least 12,000 USD, but because I did not volunteer but was forced by my father, so the first year salary must be paid. Tripled total is 200,000 USD, not yet. Salary increase from second year onwards. Add 10. Must say finished. Susan looked straight into the eyes of the father clearly. Say when there is a contract then I will sign it. I will go do it myself. Mrs. Karen, listen. Finished then. Eyes surprised. Susan, my dear. Is triple salary a bit high? No. Susan smiled faintly and pulled out a tissue. Wipe mouth. PhD in psychology. Nancy graduated with honors. The words have contributed to the topics. Clinical psychology, research psychology, behavioral and other types of psychology. Not only that, after graduating I also 2 hospitals specializing in psychology and human psychology research invites. Made New Shaw. Sydney University also send me a letter inviting me to be a lecturer. Teach. So who wants to hire me as a staff? You should also know a little bit. Give a reasonable price, then I will. No, just do it, Karen said shyly. Shy to say, oh, I know that, but anyway. Also make his family salary. Jessica is not that tall. Susan coldly replied. Jessica just graduated. Bachelor of Arts, Master of Economics. Statistically with such a degree. Don't mention it in front of the manager. We are taking on and finding a good job. No is also a difficult problem, so don't compare her to me. Not on the same level. No one said anything else. Then consider me agreed. Done. I need the contract now. I start work tomorrow from Monday. After saying that, Susan left the table. Out of today she has a lot of work to do. The first thing to do is find a tiger house. Move out. A few days ago Min Nyat moved out. Help her contact some apartments today. We'll have to go there to see. Who are you? Nancy, right? Not me. The broker invited her to take a look. This house. Try this house has 4 room, 1 bedroom, 1 study, 1 room for her to design a pet wardrobe room, generally correct as the standards she demands of us. I if not like the layout here, then she can redesign it to her liking. The other person looked at her and continued speaking. Make sure this place is comfortable for you. Pet-friendly. These apartments are very soundproof. Good. There is also a swimming pool park below. Gym essentials are full. All this time Susan had to stay in France and she had no intention of staying there. Living with those people so good way. Best to just move out and buy a house. Will calculate after looking around her. Nodded and said it was very much to my liking. You just prepare it. If the contract requires any documents, please let me know. Me. At the company president's office approved Mark. The secretary pushed the door open and entered to report to the chairman. Miss Susan is currently working at the New France apartment complex. Mr. Mark waved his hand and waited. Secretary go out. He just looked at the gentleman. Christopher was sitting on the sofa and asked his brother. Do you know? This is not me. No, dad need you. What do dad just say? Mr. Mark think for a few seconds then tell me to do whatever me. Is it cannot buy that lake? Christopher just nodded after hearing that and continued. Continue talking about the company's plans in. When others are scheming. What does Nancy know about her? Wherever is going on she still prepares according to plan. Plan to move out after choosing a house. She finished and went to see and buy a few household items for moving in day. This item is also shipped by the carrier. Move to the end is go see the pet. Susan especially liked it. She came to a shop. Pet shop wants to buy a salmon. Pure white and a pure gray one. Store clerk after taking notes then. I will let you know. Or the next morning as planned. Nancy will come to the company to approve Mark's signature. Contract everything is as she requested from. Salary up to working hours upon signing. She had to go and fill out additional documents to buy the apartment. Only receive when arriving. Apology. Broker bowed. Apologetically told Miss Susan Christopher. Sorry, we can't sell it. Give her this apartment because she doesn't have one. French nationality. She can sympathize. Let us be. No one is as smart as her, of course. Is to realize that this is not the original. You said it can't be sold? Saw at first he didn't say so right away. First go if it is because of nationality then from the beginning. First of all, you should know that this is for the company. I did something wrong. I hope you understand. I was also very embarrassed. Susan looked at her. He's been a few seconds. Ask if I find a buyer for the house. French national apartment. That I can still own, right? No, this actually she also knows. Well, that apartment is pretty nice, so there are many. Susan, who pays close attention, talks about money. No, Christopher, give me a moment. I call you here. The day the broker saw that, immediately stopped her. Miss Nancy, actually we can't sell to you, or you can go see somewhere else. Or not. Susan finally learned the reason. She smiled faintly. He could not. For sale, or is someone asking you? Sold to me. He looked at her and smiled shyly until now. Now she can guess with her knee. Who is behind this is just a mystery. That they were so fast she thought more and more. Then the more angry at first she was because of him. Grandma came and agreed to return home to accept the invitation. Go to work now, she wants to move out. They also get involved from home. Just think. To the scene of having to live in the apartment every day. That house was like torture to her. Where but that day when I got home, Aunt Ashley run out to welcome the lady. Are you home yet? Go to the bathroom and take a shower, then come down to eat. Susan didn't mind what she said. Squeeze past him and go straight to him. Mark is sitting on a huge chair. What does he mean by that? Her father put the note. Newspaper down, take off glasses, quietly observe. She seemed to know after a while. Susan is angry about something but still. Wandered home without saying hello to anyone. She said loudly, "What's up?" Susan is back. Hurry up. Come here and have some cool lotus seed sweet soup that Grandma cooked. For you. Grandma came out of the kitchen. Put the bowl of garlic on the table, Mr. Mark one asked. Once again, brother sister loved to do so. What I agreed to come here to the company. You should know what to do when you work like that. Don't make me mad, my business. Look at the right to intervene. Mr. Ka Noi Jian was furious and banged the table. One word, what you say, I am your father. Raised you up until now, you talk rudely. With me like that, how can you have enough feathers and wings? So no one should do anything. No, Grandma, even though I don't like it. Her casual way of speaking, but at that time. Also no boys mentioned taboo. Then did not dare to say anything. Just turned around. Softly advised Susan Nancy for. Don't talk like that. He is your father. If you have anything to say, sit down and talk slowly. Angry then do not come back, he also mentioned. To her mother is no different than teasing. About the thorn that has been aching in my heart for 20 years. The past year has added fuel to the fire and, burning fiercely, her eyes were red with. Angry looking man in front of smile. Half-mouth, Dad, why are you my dad? Why I don't know anything except what he gave my mother 20 years ago. Sperm then look at him where. Like my dad, and he said he. How many days you raised me? My mother's old money is still a lot. More than my parents' company. He just passed away and cruelly pushed me home. My grandparents kicked me like grandpa. Such a burden, how will I live or die 20? This year he never asked take a. Why do you now admit that you gave birth to me? Me and my foster mother like that I am good. Jiang Christopher dat when he needed me. Shameless to come and claim the child and call me back home. Also just want me to work like a scarecrow. Just for you don't act like you're a big shot. He has no right to do anything. Intervene in the life of. Mr. Mark heard that and got even crazier. What father can be happy when? Listen to your child talk like that. Stood up and pointed at her face. I am your father. You have no right to say that. So who did you hook up with that year? Bring someone home, Mom, and I have the right. Interfere, don't take father's name out. To force others to live according to one's will. What did you say to Dad? Can you hear? Does anyone with high education understand? Wide but the market like you I do not. What about being nice to the person I am? Hate him for raising his hand to hit her. But Susan's face at that time was not at all. Flinched and still actively approached. Glared and gritted his teeth. Saying he was going to hit me. What is this? Let's see, don't think, want. Hit me then, hit me before forgetting to eat. Piece of cake, just today, mister. Hit me once, I am ready to drown. If you don't believe her and her son, then just do it. Try it. Susan was about to say something when, hey, a familiar voice rang out. Interrupted her without waiting for her to turn around. Again, dear Christopher, spoke Susan, so. You can't buy a house because of me. I see you just came back home and haven't been home yet. How long is it? Moving now is not good. I do so also because not. I want my dad to be sad about this. The decision is not his concern. Just don't blame your parents for hearing that. Holding her hand and asking Susan, I want to move out. How come you just got back not long ago? Leon is still strange, or you stay here. Go slowly before thinking about moving out. Okay. No, she basically doesn't care much. Grandma's nagging is annoying. Look at them all together. The anger in her flared up. Suddenly glanced at the cup of tea on the table of Miss Bung. Straight up, throw hard on the ground regardless. Tea and porcelain pieces still on the feet. Glared at Christopher and the two of them. The rest is also because of her actions. Startled, face pale, said, again, you just said that was your idea, right? No pose for my followers. Why did his eyes suddenly light up when she said this? Naturally becomes so deep that it resembles. As if not wanting others to guess. What are you thinking, Christopher? Silent for a moment, then nodded slightly. The next second there was a pop. Clear. This big is the bridge long arm management story. No way. Slap. Susan, raise your hand to slap. You add one more and this slap is. Because you just insulted my knowledge. Christopher, Jessica and kind Karen. Heard noise upstairs and ran. Go to Christopher Susan's place to study psychology. NNG can not only fool her. Christopher's little act, how did she do it? May not realize just now not talking reason. By an unconscious hand rubbing into the pocket. It is a cover-up that shows you are. Lied. Jessica saw him being beaten. Mouth corner torn and bleeding, then no. Get loud with Sister Nancy. Sister. It's worth it. And you. I will beat you. Don't dodge to one side to melt the whole thing. Bloody mouth like this and still standing there? Are you crazy? Then Mrs. Karen stood beside her and felt sorry. With all my heart I tried to hold back the small voice. Miss Susan and Christopher are also important. Care about your feelings, father should. Just do it like that. Don't be hasty. Angry and hit him even though he is still my brother. My son, listen carefully, I remind you. Again, no one has right to intervene in my life. I'll let it go this time. But next time, don't blame me for calling someone to sandbang. This house always hears her say so. All the people standing here immediately stiffened. I dare not oppress her anymore. Looked at each other again. Mr. Ka grimaced for a long time. Also do not know what to say. Mother Nancy finished speaking. Just know to squeeze the hand that is gradually numb. Because of pain, I went straight to my room for a second. Without turning back, Aunt Ashley brought the stone. Come here already. When the door of her room. Close it so people dare to breathe hard. Karen pulled Christopher to sit down. Does it hurt when I gently rub your cheek? Be careful or it will swell up again tomorrow. I'm fine. Jessica couldn't help it. Speak up to blame Dad for letting her do it. It's so chaotic. Why do we want to move out? Just leave it alone. Why do you have to interfere? Go in and then the one who gets beaten is you. Christopher. Jessica, what do you mean, Grandma? Karen Tam spoke up and scolded her child. This must be my husband's fault. Tell Christopher to do it because this is also. It's none of your business, she thought. Christopher's character will definitely. Don't care whether Susan stays or goes. This time you do it anyway. It was his fault. Said there is no attitude there, sister. Haven't been home yet. How long has it been and how many stories have been told? Happened the house was peaceful to call back to work. What do not know girl, just talk nonsense. Mrs. Twain was shocked to see her husband's attitude. Start unhappy then sweep big child. You said too much. Susan is a girl. Dad and I are grown up and you and your sister are living here together. We are right, you shut up. Room now. Jessica's mother is not satisfied with me. Why mother? I'm going to help that bastard child. Seeing that my father's face was not happy, I could only hold my anger and go upstairs. Mrs. Karen stood up and sat next to her husband. Gently stroked his back. Ma'am, Miss Sandra is still young and doesn't understand anything. Don't do it. Angry. Well, she felt like after today she had to say. Story with Mrs. Dew's little daughter now. Now Mr. Mark did not say anything but. Later such words still came from. Jessica's mouth is her child's future. You're gonna get in trouble, Christopher. Dad, sorry. Today's story, thank you. I'm fine. Dad doesn't need to apologize just now. When Nancy left that statement as if it was coming. Something will happen, you just don't guess. She was going to do it. What everything is as it is. Christopher thought the next day Susan had. Request to clear 4 more rooms upstairs. Mr. Mark said nothing and just nodded. Agreed, not only that she also gave people. Repaint all 5 rooms. The room she is staying in until Sunday. There are several trucks on the weekend. Big waiting, a lot of stuff. To our dear audience, hope you will always support the channel by clicking subscribe, channel like, share the video and leave a comment below. Thank you.